All right, we're going to continue on day 2. We have a new template to use today, and to working today, there are a couple things that are going to be a little bit different. The first thing that's going to be different is the template. The second thing that's different is now we're going to start utilizing those scrap pieces of paper because some of the shapes that we need are going to be smaller. So that's why I ended up keeping all that paper so that we didn't waste it, because that is expensive paper. The last thing I want you to be careful of today and for the rest of the week is a lot of you chose your favorite colors yesterday and you were thinking of those colors as separate. But when you put them together in your project, you notice that they might not be as good looking together as they are by themselves. So when you're going to select multiple colors, try to think about how they're going to work together as a group. All right, let's get started. I have my paper. There are 4 different shapes, so I need 4 different colors. I got my scissors, got my glue, got my template. Step 1, cut the template out. My background color, this is gonna be my background color. That's gonna be this greenish blue. Go ahead and line it up in the corner. And then you're gonna trace it with a pencil. Making sure my pencil's nice and sharp. Okay. Let's go ahead and cut that out. Scraps, set them aside. All right, layer 1's done. Now this is where it gets a little tricky. The first one I'm gonna cut out is, I'm gonna cut out the top rectangle. Okay, I'm gonna trace this whole thing, and I'm gonna use this gold, line it up in the corner, trace. As an example, I like to keep these pieces intact because if someone else wanted to use it, they could cut out this same shape 2, maybe 3 more times. So that's good to keep. So we'll set that aside. Okay. Next, I'm going to continue with this piece, and now I'm going to cut out this tiny little rectangle on the inside. Going to do is I'm going to take one piece from that, from the side that I cut, and I'm going to mark my pencil like this, very lightly, if you can see that, and that will help me when I cut this piece out. It'll help me know exactly where to place it so that it's nice and centered. This little piece is going to be my dark orange. Last but not least, this last rectangle. Time to glue. So if I were to just set it there, this is what it will look like. You want to glue this piece last because this piece I can line up with the line I drew, and then that will, once this is glued down, it'll help me line up this bottom part. So let's start with the yellow. Remember not to use too much glue, you don't want to ruin the paper. I'm using my eyeballs. I'm trying my best to keep it nice and centered. I'm looking for about a 1/2 inch on the top. So right there is about a 1/2 inch. And I'm trying to make these as even as possible. Doesn't need to be perfect. Do your best. Okay. Smooth that out. Make sure to go inside out, because if you go outside in, you might pull a corner up and wrinkle your paper. Okay. Next one's gonna be this orange. Remember we had that line to line it up. So I'm lining it up with the line I drew, and I'm trying to line it up with the bottom of that gold color as perfectly as I can. Sometimes you can use the cap to help smooth things out. Okay, now this is gonna help me line up my last piece. Let's put some glue on it. I'm setting it down and then be able to push it right up to the edge. All right, you see I got that 1/2 inch down here too. Looks good to me. Smooth it out. Outside in, inside out. Because if you work this way, you might pull the paper up, so you want to go inside, out. Okay. I chose these colors because it looks like if you mix gold and orange, that it would make this darker orange in the middle. So it looks like the paper is actually mixing the color when it's not. It's actually you choosing different layers and different colors. Okay? When you're done, put your name on the back, and then put it on your desk, and I'll collect them today. And you can go on typing.com, you can free draw, or you can read. Good luck.